HR professionals, the myths and realities of contract labor engagement. If you look at the engagement of the contract labor in India, you will find that there has been a slow increase of engagement of the contract laborers from 1960 onwards. More and more employers started engaging contract laborers. As a result, there was unfair labor practice on the side of the management, and employer tend to engage more and more contract laborers. For what reason? That is the reason why the Contract Labor Act of 1970 has been implemented or has come into operation. The purpose of the Contract Labor Abolition Act is an act to regulate the contract labor system through a registration process and through a license by the contractor. Now, if you look at what are the reasons for engaging more and more contract laborers in India, our economy has been opened up by 1991 by the president. By the Government of India, 1991 by Dr. Manmohan Singh. And from there onwards, there has been a shift of engaging more and more contract laborers in India. You look at public sector undertakings, almost all public sector undertakings started engaging more and more contract laborers. You take any industry for that matter, the private sector or public sector or a Government of India, started engaging more and more contract laborers. The purpose of the contract labor engagement is definitely to reduce the cost to the employers. In a competitive environment, our economy has been opened up and there is competition from throughout the world. Investors from throughout the world, they are all looking around which is the best place for investment. That is called foreign domestic investment. So India can invite investors only when you have a very conducive, good atmosphere for investment and thereby selling it at a competitive rate in the international market. The old trend of producing and selling at our own market has no more in force. Now it is an international market. You will have to sell your product. So when you sell it to the international product, the price of the product should be at a competitive rate. That is why government thought to have a contract labor regulation and abolition act of 1970, even though it was implemented in 1970, much before the economy was opened up in 1991. Slowly industries have started increasing engagement with more and more contract laborers. On the one side, the Act stipulates that when you have a regular employment, which you call as a job is perennial or permanent in nature, you cannot engage contract employees. But if you look at the entire industry, both in central, state and public sector, everywhere, even the core functions of the job is entrusted to the contract employees. Whereas Section 6 of the Contract Labor Act says when the job is core or permanent or perennial in nature, you cannot engage contract employees. The Act says the appropriate government on receipt of an application after hearing the matter before the board constituted under the Contract Labor Act can abolish contract labor system in that particular industry or for the entire industry in that particular locality. The abolition under Section 10 is envisaging that. But if you look at the Government of India, Government of Kerala, everywhere you will find contract laborers engagement where the job is permanent or perennial in nature. That is why I have no hesitation to point out the abolition of the contract labor system or the Contract Labor Abolition Act is only a myth